Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me again. First and foremost, as always, I do want to thank you for your time and joining me in these elite readings. Today we are going into a reading about intertwined souls. So this is for somebody that you may have in your mind who's on a similar journey as you, and you want to know what's going on with them. This is a very thorough reading, so it's going to discuss where you're at, it's going to discuss where they're at, and it is going to give a little bit of insight to the two of you guys on this journey together. I will get you guys out with some guidance as well. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and get into it without wasting any time here. Get the spread out on the table. This is a gigantic spread and my cards are huge, so I will do my best. That's why the setup's just a tad different this week. Yeah, so, and if you guys resonate with these readings, please leave me a thumbs up down below. Or if you're interested in supporting the channel, I'm not currently doing personal readings at this time. But if you guys are interested in supporting the channel, that is always in the description box. Okay, so Source, what messages do you have for this collective watching this video about intertwined souls? What messages do you have for the collective watching this video about intertwined souls? What do they need to know, Source? Okay, thank you. What do they need to know? Intertwined souls on this journey, Source. What do they need to know? Alright, let's see what's going on, guys. Okay, Source, what does your collective need to know about being intertwined souls? How can we help them out? Thank you. What else do they need to know about intertwined soul, Source? How can we help them out? Okay, thank you. What else do we need to know? Wow, thank you. Fast. Okay. What else does the intertwined souls need to know, Source? What else does this collective need to know, intertwined souls? What else does this collective need to know? Thank you. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to make enough room up here for it. It really is a gigantic spread. But this is how we really get into it for you guys, you know? Okay, what else for these intertwined soul, Source? Okay, thank you. What else does this collective need to know about intertwined souls? What else does this collective need to know about intertwined souls? What else does this collective need to know about intertwined souls? Thank you. I'm going to move you guys just a tad here. Hold on just a second. Okay, that's a little bit better. It's a little cockeyed there. Sorry, guys. Okay. What else does this collective need to know about intertwined soul, Source? What else does this collective? Thank you. What else does this collective need to know about intertwined soul, Source? Intertwined souls. Thank you. What else does this collective need to know about intertwined souls? What else does this collective need to know about intertwined souls? I'm sorry it's bouncing around, guys. There's really not much I can do about it. So if you guys are more than welcome to fast forward through the shuffle. And then things will even out a little bit. Okay. Thank you. What else does this collective need to know about intertwined soul, Source? What else does this collective need to know about intertwined souls? What else does this collective need to know about intertwined souls? Thank you. What else about Intertwined Soul Source? Okay, they want this one. What else about Intertwined Souls? How can we help them out with Intertwined Soul Source? Souls that are joined on this journey. What do they need to know? Thank you. Okay, what else about Intertwined Soul Source? What else about Intertwined Souls? Okay. What else about Intertwined Souls? Thank you. Last few cards, guys. What else about Intertwined Soul Source? How can we help you out? Thank you. What else about Intertwined Souls? What else do they need to know? What else do they need to know, Source, about Intertwined Souls? Whoa, that is too many, Source. I'm sorry. What else do they need to know about Intertwined Souls? Okay, thank you. Hold on just a second. I'm going to move some stuff around. I'm trying to make it more equal here. These cards are super long, but... Alright, guys. So let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Your overall energy. Okay. Yeah, this makes sense. We have the Nine of Cups upright, the Two of Cups reversed, the Ace of Wands reversed. So there's a want for happiness. There's a definite want for fulfillment in this connection. There's a want for things to work out, regardless if that's love or friendship or family. It doesn't matter what position they hold or title they hold in your lives. The thing is there's this deep want for you guys to be able to be emotionally fulfilled with one another and to be able to support one another. But the problem is that there's been a sense of betrayal. There could have been cheating for those of you that were in a relationship or wanted to be in a relationship with this person, or if it was a friendship, there's just a sense of betrayal here, family, right? There's just a deep sense of betrayal and feeling like, you know, there was somebody else involved, or they were trying to get information for a third party here, and just feeling like left out and unwanted. But there was also a sense of maybe you guys not realizing that you brought your own negative traits to this connection, and that this person too also feels like they were betrayed by you, and they do want things to work out, but they're not exactly sure how it's going to happen, and you guys too are not sure how it's going to happen. And so right now there's definitely this sense of there's no movement right now. And the reason there's no movement is because both of you guys feel betrayed and hurt by the other. And that's not, you know, that's not to say that that really happened. It's just a perception of. So what it's saying is that in this journey, what has happened is that you guys have hurt one another unknowingly, and has taken that personal. And being that that's taken personal, there is a heartbreak and an upset there, right? Even though you want things to work out. Of course you do. Like, most people do want things to work out. So I'm going to start with your energy on this side. Now, again, energy is fluid, so if this feels like the other person, take it as it resonates. But just know that that's how I'm going to do the reading, because it gets too confusing if I just start saying they and include you as they. It just gets confusing, okay? So let's see here. Your perception... So this is like your basic self right now, okay? Yeah, okay, we have the Five of Swords in the upright. So you guys are overcoming a lot of negativity that's been around in your life. I feel like there have been a lot of people who have influenced you in your past life. There is this sense of not feeling like you've been good enough. There's this energy of feeling like you have done everything for everyone, and nobody's come to your aid, nobody's come to your rescue, and now you're sick and tired of that, and you're like ready to be yourself, unapologetically you, and ready to be who you are at your core, and ready to take action towards those things. And this has all been a mental process. It's not even been about taking physical action on anything. It's literally about you doing the mental work, going into the depths, into the dark self, and healing that. And as you heal that, you guys are rising through the negativity, and you guys are seeing the truth of who you are, and there's a new passion that's starting to arise here for you, and you guys are truly changing, and this change is bringing in so much relief And like, I heard glory. I wasn't gonna say it, but I did. I heard glory. There's like a lot of glory here, and it's not like being glorified or anything like that. It's just like you now are able to be in a state of understanding how precious you truly are. And that has been something that's been very difficult for you, I think, on this journey, because you have just been in a place of trying to make sure that everybody likes you, or make sure that everybody sees you, or trying to prove yourself when there's no need to prove yourself. You know, again, not everybody is people pleasers, but there is still some sense of underlying societal belief that I have to prove myself to others in order to be accepted, right? And that's not true. You have to accept you. Who gives a crap about what anybody else thinks? And you know, that might be good or bad, and I'm not trying to be rude here, but honestly, it's like people are going to accept you, people aren't going to accept you. At the end of the day, you have to be okay with yourself, and if you're not, you know, things can get really, really bad. But yeah, that's a good place to be at. That's your basic sense of self right now. You're in a very strong position, you're in a very strong place, you know, like you're doing well. So let's talk about some of the positive and negative issues that are pressing on you right now. So you guys might hear the air turn on and off, so just so you guys know. So we have the Lovers, and that's coming out in the horizontal. Okay, so we have both the good and the bad, right? So again, in the bad, I'm going to talk about the bad because this came up on the bottom of the deck, and we have it replaying again here with you. There's thoughts of betrayal. There's thoughts of people cheating on you, people who have done you harm, people who have hurt you really bad, people who have, you know, made you feel less than, and who have really not seen your value. And in that, it's been hard for you to find your own balance and sense of truth and harmony with that. And so it's been really upsetting. Again, this is a card that is ruled by Gemini, which is an air sign, and so we have a lot of air energy coming through right off the bat for you. Again, all in your head. It's all about your intellect, and it's all about your thoughts are things and being able to control those thoughts to a degree, right? We can't control every thought because we have so many thoughts at one point, but it's the ones that are heard the loudest. And it's like, sometimes I feel like you guys get beat down by the voice inside your head, like you're not good enough, you didn't do enough, you haven't been here enough, you haven't overcome enough, you haven't done enough. And that is a negative pressing issue right now on your mental psyche. And I feel like that's something you guys are definitely taking accountability for, and you guys are learning how to overcome that. Now, the positive pressing issues here is this is a sign of choice. You've chosen to change things, and you have chosen to spiritually ascend, right? Grow consciously, and in that conscious growth, you guys are overcoming something. You guys are letting go of the past, and you guys are learning how to embrace the new. And there's this sense of like being sure of yourself, but there's still like that nostalgic approach to the past. Like you keep thinking about the past, even though you know you need to let it go. It's still being nostalgic about it, right? And that's just part of being human. We think about how things were, and sometimes we're fearful that things will never be that way again, or they won't be better than that. And that's just part of being human, and you're making a conscious decision here to let go. There's definitely an energy of being unsure here, but you are being guided, and I feel like you guys are finding a way to follow the signs and the synchronicities and listening to your intuition above all. And this is like an energy of not being caught in the dualities, right? Like this is you guys not getting caught in the dualistic nature of life. It's like there's some good and there's some bad, and we can't control what is and what isn't. We can only control ourselves. And so that is something that Source is bringing through for me here, saying to always make sure that you guys aren't stuck in the negative, that if something negative happens, to accept it, honor how you feel, and release that, and not get so stuck in that repeat, like, oh well, but last time this happened, oh well, last time this happened, oh well, last time this happened. That doesn't matter, because like here's an example. A person comes into your life and you're interested in them and you want to be with them as a relationship in some sort of way. Say it could just be a friendship, right? I'm just going to use a friendship in this so you guys can take it out. It resonates. But you have a person who comes in and you want to be in a friendship with them, but all your friends have betrayed you in the past, and now you're not opening yourself up to being close to this person because in your past all your friends have hurt you and they betrayed you, and all that's going through your mind is, oh, well, the past. And there's this need that your soul is pushing you to embrace the future, and the future is saying this is a new person. There is a potential that they could be like the past. However, if that's all you keep thinking about, chances are you're going to find any reason and any excuse to make that so now, when it doesn't necessarily have to be that way, okay? So they're just asking you guys to come up out of that and to really embark on that true change in the journey, right? And again, this is where you are on your journey, okay? So your gift to them, okay, so your gift to them is you've made them feel completely uncertain about their journey. They don't know what's right from wrong. They don't know, what they really want. It's like they thought that they knew how their life was going to be, but when you came into their lives and you guys connected, and it was like a collision is what I'm seeing, like just boom, and it was a collision. Is like it sent you off into choosing to change yourself and to take on the spiritual journey, or just to choose to be a better person, right? You don't have to be on the spiritual journey. You don't have to be. But I feel like there was this energy of you chose to become a better version of yourself, and in becoming a better version of yourself, when they collided with you and they went off in their own direction, it just sent them spinning out of control, because it affected them mentally, emotionally, physically, in any one way, shape, or form. They see you and they see how strong you become, and they see where you're going, and they see how you've overcome a lot of things, and they feel like, I can't be that person. And there's this fear that's coming through with it too, saying like, I can't be with the collective, because to be with the collective means that I have to up the ante, and I can't up the ante because I'm not that good. So it's like, as much as this person made you feel lacking in self-worth, you too made them feel lacking in self-confidence. And so you see how you're mirroring each other right off the bat. You see how you guys are having this push and pull effect towards one another, okay? And so they're that's your gift to them, was to make them uncertain about what they felt they were so certain about. So this could have been money, this could have been relationships, this could have been love, this could have been kindness and compassion, this could have been anything that they were so sure that they had in the bag, and now that is not how it is. That's not how anything has happened, right? So let's see, their gift to you. Hope. Okay. Before I get into this card, I just want to point out for you, this has been a complete mental experience. This has been ups and downs, a roller coaster ride of emotions, of feelings, of thoughts, and complete wonder. Like, it's like this person, when you met them, it's like, whether you believe in intertwined souls or anything like that, or fate or destiny or anything like that, it was just this person left you just completely confused about life. And it's just interesting, because it's like you guys are choosing to work on your mental area, okay? And so they brought in this sense of hope. It's like a renewed sense. It's like, even though from the beginning of this, you guys were not sure of what was next, or what you could have done, or what was here, what was there. It's like, after all the struggle, you've come into a place of being balanced with yourself and overcoming. And it's like you are learning how to shine. And in shining, it's like this person constantly watches you. They constantly keep an eye on you, and I feel like you feel their presence when it's there, but you're not too concerned about it right now. I mean, there's obviously wonderment of what's going on between the two of you because you're here, but there's this energy of not being too concerned about it anymore. There's this energy of being like, you know what, I'm going to be vulnerable for myself. I'm going to be open for myself. Again, like I was saying, you're trying to be unapologetically you, and you're not sure of how to do that because you've never had to do that before. It's like always spent life in what everybody else's perception of you was. And so now to find out who you are on a soul level it's a journey. That's a journey for you. It's like learning what you like, learning what makes you happy, learning what you don't like and what doesn't make you happy, right? And so this is definitely the energy that's coming from them. It's like their gift to you was to make you feel self-confident enough in yourself that you didn't need another person to be dependent on, right? Because there was definitely a sense of codependency when this first started out, and that's not just from you, that was from both of you. Okay, that was from both of you. It's not one or the other. It was a combined effort here, okay? And that was what you taught each other a very valuable lesson when it came to that. You guys taught each other that we have to overcome and we have to do this. However, we'll get into what they're doing right now, but that's something that has affected you on a much, much deeper level, and it's definitely changed. It's definitely changed. So let's talk about your personal soul growth. Guys, I cannot make this up. For you guys, it has all been, you were thought driven for most of your life. You were thought driven. And the interesting thing here, and I haven't gotten into their side yet, but I do have a pair. I have a king and a queen of the swords here on each side, except that on theirs it's in the reverse and on yours it's the upright, okay? But the interesting thing here is that you guys have to learn how to be direct. That's your growth. Your growth is to say, no, enough is enough. No, I don't want to do that. Yes, I do want to do that. You know what? How about I make space for me to do that? And that is your soul growth here, is to be very open and communicative and direct and bold and courageous in the way that you approach people, in the way that you say things, in the way that you experience life. It comes down to how you choose to put yourself out there. Now, there is still a fear here that's coming up, and it comes up every once in a while, that's saying that you're not good enough or that, you know, you can't do it. But I feel like as that arises, you say, you know what, I've overcome so much. I'm going to pick up my sword and I'm going to get through it. And this, it's telling me to cut the past. You have to cut ties with the past. You cannot live through the past any longer because you're coming up into a new era. And that new era is strong and it's bold and it's unique. And it's going to be as unique as you are. And you're not going to know how to necessarily navigate it because it's going to be new. What's going to help you navigate it is your strength and your voice and your ability to speak on what's right and what's wrong and stand up for what you believe in, right? There's this sense of finally finding justice for yourself and finally finding, like, it's like a passion of being able to speak in the way that you speak. So I feel like your entire demeanor is changing. You're no longer taking things personal, and you're no longer taking things, you know, like basically as something happens, you look at it and you're like, okay, now is that directed at me? Is that a projection? Is that a mirror? Like, what do I need to learn from this? And you're realizing that most times now you've come up so far on the spiritual journey that you're seeing people's projections of things that used to affect you. And so you're very protective of yourself and you're very protective of the things that you have. And something tells me, collective, that you're starting something new. And it might not be new, but you guys are changing the way that you're doing something. and you're not telling people about it, and they're saying that that is okay. Keep that to yourself for right now, because you guys are being led to do something that's for you, not for anyone else, okay? That's for you. And so it's something about your truth, and it's something about finding self-love. And this is the interesting thing here. It's like being able to walk in your truth while receiving your self-love for yourself, and on a much deeper level than I think you've ever done before. And you know, when we do get the Queen of Swords, she can be depicted as cold and brutal, but she's not. She's just very forward, and it's not something that most people are used to. Most people are just used to people being afraid of hurting another person, that, you know, they're like, oh, like they won't say what's true, or they won't say how they really feel. The Queen of Swords, she'll tell you, like, she's that friend. You have a pair of pants, and you like these pants, but you know that they make you look different, and so you ask your friend, do these pants make me look fat? And she's the friend that's like, yeah, they do, but do you like them? And you say, yeah. And then she's like, so who gives a damn? If you like them, then you wear them. But I'm telling you because you asked, I'm not going to lie to you, right? Like, that's her. It's not rude. It's just, she's just being honest about it, right? I'm just honest. I'm just being honest. And so, yeah, it's just this interesting energy, though. And it's like, this person has definitely affected you, but I think what you're realizing is that you affected yourself more than anything when it came to this connection. You're realizing that you let this connection play too much of a part on your journey, and so now you guys are letting that go. I apologize, I need a drink. Oh my goodness, okay. Thank you guys. So, I think this is a beautiful thing, and that's another thing that's coming up just before I get into theirs, is that they feel like you guys are a match, but they feel like there's no way that they can match your energy in this lifetime. Like, they do not feel like they'll ever be on your level, and it's unfortunate, because it's not that they're not meant to, it's just that they have to make a choice to do the healing, and, you know, overall, it's not necessarily an easy place to come from. So let's talk about their basic soul self right now. Yeah, they're going through an introspective time. Like, they're integrating the things that they've learned from you. They're seeking their own past. And I think that they're reminiscing about you as much as you reminisce about them. And there's probably this energy of when they pop up in your mind, that's because they're thinking of you. And vice versa, if they're not thinking of you and you're thinking of them, you pop up in their mind, and then it just starts a huge downward spiral. Like, both y'all are thinking about each other, and it seems like it gets out of control. And so there's this energy, though. It's like they're trying to illuminate the things that they need to change in their own life, and they're trying to understand. And there's silence. So I feel like there's definitely silence in this connection, okay? And the reason there's silence in this connection is because they're still trying to figure it out. Like, they have a deep connection with you. They understand that you guys have a heart connection, is what I'm hearing here. But at the same time, it's like, to them, if I'm connected through somebody through the heart, it's a very physical thing. And so they feel like it's something more physical than it is spiritual. And they're trying to figure out what the heck this means. And so they're going in this deep energy of learning. They're opening themselves up to the past. They're not worried about the future right now. It's more or less they're reliving their past so they can understand where they are now. And that's a very powerful place. They're also closing out cycles. And that's a very, very, very powerful place to be at, okay? There's also some sense here coming through again. They are watching you. Like, that is coming through again. There's this energy there. They keep an eye on you. They keep tabs on you. So even if you guys on social media say you blocked them, or maybe you just unfriended them or whatever, this is just an example, guys. But say that that's what happened, they're still finding ways to spy on you. They're still finding ways to connect with your energy in that way. And it kind of freaks them out because they realize that you moved on. It's like you're not really looking at them, you're not really looking to them, but in this sense, in this reading, in this spread, they're looking right at you and they see you and they're illuminating you and they're trying to figure out why they care about you so much, why they care about you so deeply. And again, this does not have to be a love interest. This could be a friendship. This could be an acquaintance. This could be a family member. It's whatever it is, somebody that's really impacted you on that level where you guys are connected. And it's, you know, yes, it is a love reading, but again, love comes in all shapes and forms. And I feel like that's what they're figuring out right now, is that love isn't necessarily have to be sexual for those of you that are interested in a relationship with this person. They've been trying to figure out why it's deeper than just sexual, because it's like most other people that it was just a sexual connection with, they were able to overcome and to let go of. And for you, it's not. So they're shedding light on this, and I think they're trying to learn things from you too. I feel like you guys have come so far. Maybe you guys post positivity things, and you guys, you know, talk about your journey, and you talk about what it is that you've done. And it doesn't have to be a lot. It could just be as simple as 1, 2, 3, right? And they learn a lot from that, and they're trying to experience their own life. It's almost like I heard they're trying to live vicariously through you, and to live vicariously through you means that they're still not living their own life, but they are trying to figure it out, but they're still trying to use you as an example of how to move forward. Okay, so let's talk about their pressing issues right now, good and bad. Trying to close out cycles. That is the thing they're struggling with the most. They've had a lot of bad luck in their lives. They've had a lot of bad luck, and it feels like a lot of things have just fallen apart for them, and they need to do some sacral chakra healing for sure. And for you, it's more about the heart chakra, right? It's like you're trying to open up your heart chakra and be okay with expressing your vulnerabilities. And for them, it's being okay with feeling and having the right to feel. And they don't feel like they have the right to feel. And so there's this energy that's coming through here that they're not able to close cycles. But I feel like they're definitely on this edge of trying to figure out their ups and downs and actually healing from that. They are learning how to heal from that, but they have no balance. You guys are mirroring each other in the way of trying to figure out how to balance your energy and balance yourselves and find the truth of your center. And that's something that you guys definitely are mirroring each other on. And again, there's this energy of them needing to work on the sacral chakra. Now, I'm not telling you this so that you can go to them and be like, hey, you need to do sacral chakra work, or so that you can start posting all about the sacral chakra or anything like that. Because again, that's like trying to reach out your hand, grab them, and drag them along their healing journey. That is not for you to do, okay? It's really not. It's not for you guys to figure out how to heal them. It's for you guys. This is to get information of where you guys are on the journey and what's going on in this connection and why it could still be unbalanced, right? It comes down to, though, the only healing that you can focus on is yourself. So focus on your own healing. But with them, it's like they've definitely had the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. And so that's the negative aspect. They're just trying to figure out how to let go of the bad luck. And the positive aspect is once they figure out how to let go of living in the past, they will come into a place of good luck and things will be working out for them. And they'll actually stay in this high and vibrational energy where things are good and they'll feel like things have balanced out and things are even finally, and like they'll feel like they're winning. Because in reality, they're let go of the old to make space for the new. And that's really what we do. We let go of the old so we can make space for the new. And that's something that they're trying to work on here. They're really, really, really trying to work on it here. And it's just been a big struggle for them. They don't want to let sleeping dogs lie. That's what I heard right now. They don't want to let sleeping dogs lie. It's all about smoke and mirrors. There's a fear. There's definitely a deep fear that's coming through here. And it's like they also are very jealous. And I feel like they're afraid that you guys are going to find another friend or find another lover or find another family member to connect with, and they're very jealous about that. And you know, it's like they're still afraid to come forward and to say anything in regards to you guys, because that would mean that they'd have to give themselves up, and they're not ready to do that yet. They're just not. They're not ready to move on that yet. Okay. So let's talk about your gift, or I'm sorry, their gift to you. Right? Yeah. Wow. That's intriguing. So they're not afraid to or they're still stuck in the past, but you know what they passed on to you is not wanting to deal with or face reality, and you still have a turn of bad luck. It's almost like when you connected with them, it's like things just spun out of control for you. And it was because you let this person really get into your mindset. You really let this person affect how you felt about yourself. You really let this person affect how you approached your journey. And so what happened here is they set you on a roller coaster ride again. This is not just emotional. This is ups and downs in life. This is things around you started to collapse. Things around you started to fall. Things around you started to disappear. And it's because this person, they are struggling with their own bad luck. And it's like maybe things are lucky for them now, and you're like, man, why can't things be lucky for me? And it's not about luck or not. It's about you guys really embracing the truth of your soul. And that's where your luck comes from. You guys will begin to see things. You guys will begin to hear things. You guys will begin to know things. You guys will begin to overcome things that you haven't been able to in the past. And the thing is that's their gift. It's their gift was to upset your life and to put you into chaos so that you guys could understand who you are. And it might not feel like a gift now, but that's actually the blessing, because it's like where you guys may have relied on other people in the past, now you're not relying on anybody anymore. It's like, you know, I'm going to allow myself an opportunity to grow because that's what I want to do, right? And I know that's not easy. There was something very emotionally egoic about this connection too. It was almost like, ha, I get that person in my life, or ha, like they're the ones that are in my life. And it's not something that you might have been doing consciously, but it was a subconscious egoic boost, and that's something that got torn down right away. I feel like you were so connected to this person and so worried about this connection that you guys were not listening to your guidance for a long time. Or when you thought you got guidance, it was actually your emotional ego coming through, or the mind that was trying to convince you of something that you were supposed to do, which is not what you were meant to do at all. And so it could feel like you guys took a whole bunch of wrong turns, but sometimes we have to take a lot of wrong turns to get to the right turn, right? And that's life. That's a part of the journey. So don't be so upset about that if that's the case. So I heard that your head is in the clouds, and this person has put your heads in the clouds. So allowing yourselves to ground yourselves in this time is so important, like bringing yourselves back into a state, again, of centeredness and balance, and putting your feet on the ground, connecting with nature. It's so important. It helps you guys stay rooted, and when you guys stay rooted, then you're able to manifest things at a much faster level. Yes, at a much faster level. So their gift from you, it's interesting. So it is manipulation. Okay, it is. I'm not saying you guys manipulated them. I'm saying that I feel like you made them see their manipulation when they didn't know they were being manipulated. But let me get a clarifying card for this, Source. May I please have a clarifying card for this card here? Thank you. Yeah, okay. So you love them so much, and you never changed. You never changed how much you love them. You gave unconditionally. You're very stable in the way that you wanted to love them. You were very stable in who you were, but they needed approval. And I think at one point that you realized that and you listened to your intuition and you left. And when you left, this person, they didn't know what to do anymore. And it's like you feel like they gave you a bunch of lies, and you feel like everything that they said you couldn't trust, and you feel like everything that they were about was just a big fat whatever, like it wasn't real. And it was real. They did care about you, but you loving them so much and not giving everything of yourself to them made them realize that they were really trying to manipulate you into getting whatever it is that they wanted from you, and it did not work. It didn't work. There wasn't anything about this that worked for them. In fact, I think what happened is when you left, that's when their whole life just kind of fell apart, and they were so used to things being a certain way that now it's not. And as it's not, they're just kind of like, wow, okay, like my collective was here 1 minute, and then all of a sudden, my life felt good. It felt wonderful. It felt like this. I was getting approval from them. I was getting acceptance from them. I was getting love and kindness from them. And then they left because I wasn't giving back. But they didn't think it was because of that. They had to find out about that later. And when they found out about that later, it was just kind of like, they said, why did they have to know? Why did they have to know that I wasn't being honest? Out of everybody that I've ever connected with and everybody that I've ever duped, why did this collective have to know? Well, you guys are really intuitive. You can't help that. That's just how you're made. And that they've never met anybody that's as intuitive as you. And that's why I offer that. I'm just going to talk about this for just a second. That's why these are elite readings, because these are for the few and far in between. These are not going to resonate with everybody because not everybody is in this position. And for those of you that have taken the journey, you understand that to meet another person that's truly on this journey, it's rare. And that's why you guys are so rare, right? It could be 1 in 100. It could be 1 in 1,000. It could be 1 in whatever. But it's 1 in so much that it's rare. And they realized that. And they got a taste of that. And you did. You moved on from them. You cut them off. And it's interesting because we got another queen here to clarify king. And this is definitely your energy. You don't have to be a woman. You could be a man. Okay, but you guys are very much in this feminine energy of being able to give, and you're willing to give, and you've always been willing to give, but you need to receive, and if you're not receiving, you're just going to move on, and that's what happened here. You didn't receive, and so you had to move on because it wasn't equal give and take. So, their personal soul growth. Okay. They have to learn about their toxic traits, and they have to learn about their greeds, and they have to learn about you can't treat people a certain way, and they've treated people a certain way, and this person is held over other people. They have held sex, they have held information, they have held feelings, they have held clout over other people for so long that they couldn't realize that. And they don't want to realize that. This person has some narcissistic tendencies. I'm not calling them a narcissist, but they do definitely have narcissistic tendencies. It is coming out here. And that is their soul growth. They have to really go into the depths and understand. And I feel like this person is definitely, I heard a nymph, a sex maniac type energy. So for those of you that wanted a relationship with this person was a sex fiend. And that's why I feel it got you stuck in your head, because it's like they said things, they did things that didn't seem like that. But at the end of the day, when it all was said and done, whether you slept with them or you didn't, what happened is they showed their real colors, and it left you wondering what happened. Like, it didn't seem like things were like that. It didn't seem like we were going to be like that. It didn't seem like that's how things were going to end. And so they're left now with their own atrocities, and those things are being mirrored back to them through other people and through other things that are happening in their lives. This could be a job that they have. This could be a lover that they have. This could be a friend or a family member that they have too. but that is getting mirrored back to them now. And so their soul lesson is to heal from that and to overcome the sin of life, the materialistic being, the egotistical energy that I always have to have money, that I always have to be on top, that I always have to have women or men in my corner because I have to appear a certain way. And that's what they're overcoming. Again, balance. Something about balance here. They need to balance this out. I feel like they've lived in this toxic energy for so long, and this manipulative energy for so long, that again, you made them question what they thought they were so sure of, right? We talked about that earlier in the reading. You made them question what they thought they were so sure of, and here's the deal. Now they're not sure about anything anymore because they've always lived life like this, and it's always seemingly worked out for them. The good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, it didn't matter. It's always seemingly worked out for them, and now it's not working out like that anymore, and they're freaking out. They're freaking out because it's like when you guys build a life on a belief and you've lived in that belief for so long, and then suddenly something comes along and it changes your belief, your whole foundation of life just crumbles. And when it crumbles like that, you're just not sure of what to do, right? And so it's upsetting. Hold on just a second. My apologies, guys. The dog likes to get up in the window, and when she does, she gets crazy. So before she goes crazy, just take care of it right now. But yeah, they really believed that how they lived was the way that they were meant to live. It was like basically it gave them such an egoic boost that they kept living like that. Is like basically they were at the top of their friends, or everybody exalted them, or everybody revered them because they lived the life that only drug dealers and gangsters live. Okay, like that's just an example here, but you guys know what I'm talking about, right? Or they could be CEOs of a company and they were chasing money, chasing their bag, and they got all the bag in the world and they had whatever it is that they wanted, but there's no happiness, there's no fulfillment there, right? So, and they had to learn how to get out of that. So, a snapshot of the infant relationship. I can't make this stuff up. 6 has come up so many times, and we have the 6 of Swords coming out here in the reverse. Okay, there's a lot of greed when it comes between you two. Okay, like you guys want to be with each other so bad. You guys want, it's almost like this, I have to have them in my life, okay? It's an imbalance. That's an imbalance. Thinking that they're the ones that are going to make you happy, and them thinking that you're the one that's going to make them happy. When at the end of the day, if you two were to come together right now, you guys would just repel each other because it would be so much expectation that neither one of you guys would be able to live up to it. Okay, and again, this is just a snapshot of an infant relationship if you guys were to get together right now. If you guys were to get involved right now. You okay, Mama? And there's this energy of being stuck in a way that you're not able to move on. And there's this energy of like just codependency. Like it would bring you guys back into a place of things that you've already healed, of things that you've already overcome. And people would judge, and that judgment, I think, would send you guys off the rocker. It's not like that you care about what anybody else is thinking, but again, we already talked about that in the beginning, that definitely affects you. And because that affects you so much, it would definitely, it's still a healing process, and it'd be like sticking a knife in the wound that's already healed. So there's a scar there, and this would be like sticking a knife in that wound. And it wouldn't be good. It wouldn't be good. But there's this imbalance here between you two, and it's a deep imbalance, and it's not something that's going to go away overnight. And so, again, this is just a snapshot. If you two were to get together right now, if you guys got involved right now, this is what would happen, right? My apologies. She's going to sit right next to the... Okay. She's my older dog. She's such a love, but sometimes she has her moments, okay? There would be a lot of lies and a lot of negativity. It would be unfortunate, really. it would be unfortunate, because it wouldn't, neither one of you guys would be happy, and you would walk away scarred more than anything. And even if you are scarred from this person now, like if you guys got together right now, there would be a potential where you two would never come together in the future because of this situation. If you guys got together in this now moment, there's just more for you to attend to, right? And there's definitely more for them to attend to, because they're in a very toxic energy. And if you're healing, it's like a moth to the flame. Like, you're shining so bright and here they come, but they're such a huge moth that they put out your flame, you know? And so it wouldn't be worth you guys getting involved in a connection right now. Again, you have to do what's best for you, no matter what anybody says, or no matter what a tarot reader says. You always have to do what's best for you, but this is what the cards are saying, okay? Interesting. Okay, so let's talk about the bond, the karmic ties that bind. So we have the Pope-S here, and it's the good and the bad, right? So let's talk about the bad. Again, coming back to a superficial energy. This connection on the surface level looks good, and that kind of drives both of you guys. Like, you're a very beautiful or handsome person, and they're a very beautiful and handsome person, and that looks good to society, right? It's like when two beautiful people come together, they're like, wow, how'd you get so lucky? You both are so beautiful. Like, that's so wonderful, you know? And you guys both appear very eye appealing to the crowds, and so it's still very superficial and very surface level, and very much like that's a negative karmic bond here, right? Like, it's like, because you guys feel like you would look really good together, or you would make beautiful babies, or you guys would just be the stars of the show, or you guys would outshine everybody together. And it's an underlying unconscious thing, and I feel like that's just something that is very negative between the two of you guys coming out here. And there's still a lot of secrets between you two. Like, neither one of you guys are willing to open up to the other and be completely honest, like bare bones, vulnerable, honest in this situation, because there's still a lot of things that you're healing from, and you still feel guilty about those, and there's still things that they're dealing with and that they're healing from, and there's still a lot of guilt that's tied to that. And because of that, they don't want to be honest with you, and you don't want to be honest with them. And so that is the negative karmic bond that's tying this relationship, right? Now, the beautiful bond is that you guys both know it's a very deep spiritual relationship. It's very connected on a ether level, right? Like, you guys are connected in the 3D and the 5D. You guys are connected on a soul level. You guys are connected at the heart of hearts. And it's definitely something that you guys have experienced, but there's this duality that's coming out right now, that it's like you're still so stuck in the ups and downs. And we talked about dualities in the beginning of the reading, and here it is coming out once again. The dualities of this connection is coming through so strongly. It's like the good and the bad, but when the bad happens, you guys stay stuck in the bad. And so you guys know it's a beautiful connection. You guys know there's something much deeper, and you guys both care about each other very deeply, and you guys are aware of that, and you see it, and you can't explain this connection, which is a beautiful card to get on this reading as Intertwined Souls. You guys absolutely feel like that in some way, shape, or form. However, the negative of this is that it's a karmic cycle, because you guys have to overcome the surface level. It's like, can you be okay being with or without this person? And can they learn to be okay being with or without you? And that's the truth of it. And it's only in that surrender that things start to magically happen, right? And right now, there's too much of the, I gotta have a certain thing, or I gotta look or appear a certain way. And that's the basis of this connection right now. And so you are learning how to let go and surrender. They're learning how to let go and surrender as well. But for you, it's letting go of what people think of you. And for them, it's letting go of the toxic habits that they built up over time because of how much they put on what people think of them, or how much they believe society is run by, you have to appear a certain way, you have to have a certain type of car, you have to have this, you have to have that. You know, and you guys definitely read really deeply into this connection when you guys connected with each other, when you guys met up with each other. There was definitely a lot of reading into the deeper level, this under the surface. But to open up that can of worms means that That's scary. Like, it's just scary. It's overwhelming. It's just too overwhelming right now. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to get involved in that. And I feel like there's jealousy between the two of you guys. I feel like money is definitely at the forefront here. I feel like you guys are angry at them. They're angry at you. And I feel like there's definitely this sense of feeling stubborn, you know, when it comes to your guys' connection. Like, you're stubborn where you're at and they're stubborn where they are. You guys are mirroring each other to an entirely different level. Like, it's like, yeah, we mirror people a lot, but this is like much deeper than that. It's like, even though you guys have no connection or contact right now, you guys are mirroring each other in a way that maybe you hadn't realized or maybe you weren't aware of, and that's okay. And it's like, what I talk about is not to make you upset. What I talk about is so that you can become consciously aware of it and figure out the best ways to heal for yourself, because ultimately it's up to you and your free will. And ultimately, it's up to them and their free will. If they don't want to let go of this lifestyle, there's nothing that you can do that will make them let go of it. However, the more that you heal yourself, the more you come into a vibration of unconditional love. And as you come into a vibration of unconditional love, you will understand yourself. And that's when you truly become unapologetically yourself and shine like you've never shined before. And that's something you're definitely wanting to do here. It's been talked about in the cards already. Okay, so let's talk about lessons for the relationship for growth. Yeah, you guys are both exhausted. You guys are both overwhelmed with each other. You guys are like, I feel like there's a lot of, what if I did this? What if I did that? It's not just you, it's them too. Like, there's a lot of what if I, and, you know, what ifs. They don't change the world. Only us taking action for ourselves is what changes the world. But you guys have met your match between each other, and you guys have worn each other out because you set this person into looking at their beliefs and looking at how they live their life, because you set them into that, and because this person set you into realizing that maybe you're not supposed to change for everybody else, and maybe you're not supposed to care what anybody else thinks of you. Because of this energy, you guys have been overwhelmed with emotional anguish and grief, because again, it's, as I talked about earlier, when you're built a foundation on this belief, you know, like for you, maybe it was that I have to be the way that somebody says I'm supposed to be, or people are living vicariously through you. For them, it's living a toxic lifestyle. I gotta have everything I want. I'm never gonna surrender to anything other than what I want, and I'm gonna get it when I want it, right? These foundational beliefs, and when they begin to crumble, it makes you feel completely out of sorts and overwhelmed with life and completely stuck. And you guys are definitely stuck. And again, on your side of the reading, it has not failed to have produced air cards, sword cards. You know, the only two that we didn't get that weren't swords cards, but they're connected to air signs, is a star and the Lovers. All swords, right? And the air signs are connected to the swords cards. It's all intellectual. This is all your thought process, how you feel about yourself. That's, for you guys, that's the healing process. And for them, it's very materialistic. For them, it's overcoming romantic frustration, overcoming romantic brokenheartedness, right? Like, they've dealt with a lot of broken hearts in their life. And they're being specific right now that it's romance that has made them this way, regardless if you guys are looking to be friends or acquaintances or whatever. It has been romance in the past that has put them into this energy that they cannot trust anybody. They cannot open up to anybody. They cannot manifest with anybody. And it's very sexual energy. This person is very sexually active. This person takes things to a whole new level, right? I do want to get one clarifying card for this card, Source. May I please have a clarifying card for this card? Okay, thank you. Yeah. Yep, again, it comes down to taking action. They don't want to transform, but that's their need. They have to cut this out. Because look, we've got the Two of Swords, or the Two of Cups on the bottom again in the reverse, talking about this person felt betrayed. They felt destroyed by somebody. Okay, like completely destroyed by somebody in the past. And because of that, they don't want to heal. They don't want to overcome that. They would just rather be in this energy of finding stability in their old beliefs, rather than finding stability and letting go of This is a generational curse that they're dealing with. This is something that maybe their father did, or their mother did, or their grandfather, or their grandmother, or their auntie, their uncle, or their caretaker did. Whatever, they're learning it from somebody else, and they're believing that people will always break your heart the minute you let them have your heart, the minute you trust them with their heart. They believe that they're going to be broken. Okay? Very materialistic, though. It's very materialistic, very physical. When I talk about materialistic, it's talking about the physical aspect. You're healing the mental, right? The mind. It's not the body. They need to heal the body. And for you, it's all about the mind. It's all about what you've been put through, all about the strife and the grief and the struggle that you've been through. You have to heal that. And as you heal that, you overcome things that have put you in a negative path, and things that have put you in a place where you thought you needed to be the doormat for people like this. And I'm not saying that you guys are meant to be together. I'm just saying that when you connected with this person, you were still living in an old belief system, and that old belief system was that you had to be a certain way in order to gain their love and their trust, and they thrive on that. They thrive on people who give them everything without getting anything in return. You know, again, you guys could be men on this, but I'm going to use this as an example because I just heard it. It's a woman who loves too much. Okay, and that's somebody who will put herself on the back burner at the cost of taking care of everybody else. And she'll be dead tired and has no energy and no way to do anything, but she's still going on fumes to try and take care of anybody because she can't even take 5 minutes to herself. That is not how you're supposed to live. Okay, and I know they say, oh, you know, well, in life, you know, if you're a mother, if you're the, you know what? A happy wife, a happy life, a happy mother, then things come together, okay? That is the thing. It's like you cannot not give to yourself. And if you're a man, it's the same thing. You're just a very feminine by nature, by giving, and you give and you give and you give, and you never get, and you never take time for yourself. And you cannot be like that, okay? That's not how life is meant to be lived, all right? Those sayings are just about energetically speaking about how to take care of yourself, how to nurture yourself, right? Okay, let's see. Yeah, so we're still dealing with the growth, the lessons for relationship growth. We have another swords cards coming out here. And it's interesting because this is the only swords card that I have that actually has a sword and a wand in it. It's in the reverse, so it's putting the sword on your side and it's putting the wand on their side, which is, we're talking about that materialistic sexual energy, and for you, the mindset. It's neither one of you guys want to cope with reality. You don't want to deal with it. It's like, oh, you know what, whatever, one day they're going to come and they're going to be in my life. They're going to love me the way that they're meant to love me. But okay, so you're waiting and waiting and waiting for that to happen. You're never actually healing yourself. And this journey is all about healing yourself, right? And so you're taking all this time and you're just hoping and praying that things are going to work out for you, but you're still scared and you're still upset. And so the lesson for you here is to start dealing with what is right now, not what will be or what could be or what might be. What is right now in this moment. You're obviously not in the situation that you want to be in, and can you accept that? Right? And that's a lot easier said than done. Okay, I'm not saying like you should just know how to accept it. No, like it's how can you come into a space of accepting that? Like what do you need to heal within yourself to accept that? For you, it's your mind. It's your state of mind, how you feel about yourself, what it is that you need from life, what it is you need from yourself. Being honest about that and knowing that you don't need another person to get there because you're already well on your way to getting that. You know, for them, they don't want to heal their sexuality. It's like they would rather be in a place of being upset and being in this place of taking advantage of people and having everything that they want and looking to the future as the more I get, the better I am. They don't want to heal that. Right? And so that's where you guys are at. It's like you guys are both two sides of the same coin. You're in your mind and they're in their body, but they want everything that makes them feel good, and you want things that make you think better, right? You want things that make you feel good in your mind space, that make you have a positive experience mentally, right? That's why I say you guys are definitely giving to me like you're the feminine, and it does not matter. Okay, your sex does not matter in this. Your gender does not matter in this. What you prefer does not matter in this. What I'm saying is that by nature, you guys like to have a mental experience with life, and they like to have a physical experience with life. And those are the lessons that are coming out, is for you to heal the mind body and for them to heal the physical body. Okay, so let's talk about the blessings of the future. And this is an experience or lesson, even though it might seem negative, this is what's going on. And we have, you guys both are your own worst enemies. And to learn that, that's the blessing, right? Learning that is the blessing. May I please get a clarifying card for this, Source? Yeah, oh my gosh, all these cards came out in the reading. Yeah, so they're just clarifying it. So we have the King of Wands and the Queen of Swords both coming out in reverse here. It hurts. It hurts to know that in this you were your own worst enemy. It hurts for them to realize that in this they were their own worst enemy. And there's a lot of being rigid here. What was I saying? Like, you guys, neither one of you wants to take action. There's a lot of stubbornness that's coming through when it comes to this connection. And that's being shown here. And the blessing is actually you guys learning this. As you learn this lesson, you'll learn not to be so impulsive on the journey. You'll learn not to give in to greed. They'll learn not to be the way that they were and to open up their heart. Like there's a lot of this being able to give where once you couldn't, right? And a lot of our journey is taking accountability for where we are. And I feel like that's the biggest blessing here, is that you guys are learning how to take accountability for how you've shown up in past relationships and connections, and they're going to take accountability for how they're still showing up in connections and relationships. And I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like this has stopped you guys from connecting with a lot of people. You know, with all these swords cards out here, it's definitely giving me an energy of solitude, right? Feeling like you guys are keeping secrets to yourself, feeling like you guys are staying away from the multitudes for whatever reason. Yeah, so we have speak the language of love. Loving words have the power to change lives, including your own. And this is talking about loving yourself. You know, don't be afraid to love yourself in this time. That's definitely important. We have new love underneath that. So, like, as you guys love yourself, like I said, I can't say that this person's going to be the one that is there for you, but they taught you some valuable lessons, and that was to learn how to love yourself and to see yourselves as a worthy individual when before maybe you didn't. Interesting. Okay. Don't worry, I'll get into these guys just a second. Yeah. What was I saying? You guys are learning, and we have number 22, a master number. We have Sacred Ibis coming out on the bottom here. Yeah, you guys are learning how to let go of past wounds and ancestral curses and things that aren't serving you, and generational situations that maybe have been put on your shoulder to heal. And no, it's not fair. Sure, right? Of course it's not. But it's the way it is, right? We learn from those that we came from. And, you know, like, as kids, we're like birds. We learn from our parents. We learn from the people who are around us. That's what we learn. And because of that, it is, you know, it's frustrating. It's like, why do we have to heal that when it wasn't ours to heal, when we came as a beautiful ball of light and love, and now we have to heal all these heavy ass wounds. Excuse me. We have to heal all these heavy wounds that aren't ours. And that's just a part of this journey. That's really just a part of it. I feel like they want one more. Just haven't gotten to it yet. There we go. Yeah, we have autumn equinox release on the bottom. Wow, okay, so they had me pull out these 2 cards, but I'm going to show it how they said it. This is what they said: release so you guys can come into a place of new beginnings, that dawn, right? Seeing the brand new light, seeing things for what they are and not what they could have been or should have been. Because coulda, woulda, shoulda, that doesn't matter. That none of that matters, right? I feel like, here's the thing, in all of this, you guys are the ones that see you as together and they don't. And I'm not saying that to hurt your feelings, okay? I'm just saying, like, that you guys really truly see you guys together as you know, whatever, relationship, lovers, friends, family members, whatever. Like, you guys see that and they don't. They don't. They just, and I can't say that they ever will. Like, that's not very clear here because, again, there's still a lot of healing that needs to be done when it comes to this connection. Yeah, we have trine. So we have angelic support, harmony, and perfect flow. Yeah, you guys are learning how to find that balance within yourself to flow with the universal powers that be and to really allow life to flow, right? Like, it's not controlling life anymore. You know, trine is all about what's easy for us. And, you know, special gifts that we have that come easy. And that's what you guys are really learning. I'm going to draw some from this oracle deck that I made. This is my homemade oracle deck. These messages are very, very forward. They're very straightforward. Some of them are beautiful, but not all of them. And so I'm just warning you guys right now, if you do trigger easily before I get into these, just keep that in mind, okay? Okay, they want this one. 3 more. Okay. What else about this connection? Intertwined soul source. Okay. What else about this connection? Intertwined souls. Okay. On the bottom. I'm done. I'm spent. I said this in the reading, guys. I did. It says, you waiting on this connection is pushing me away. Go do you, boo. Didn't I say that? Like, you guys were waiting on this connection? I said that in the beginning of this reading. Near the beginning. I know we've been here for a while, guys, but I said that near the beginning. Okay, give me 2 cards for advice for my collective, please. 2 cards for advice. Thank you. 2 cards for advice for my collective, please. 1 more source for my collective for advice. Advice for my collective. Okay, thank you. Alright, so let's get into this. The oracle for this. Is that all that they wanted? Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, so on your side we have number 20, which is 2. The duality again coming through, guys. 22 on the bottom of the deck. 2, 2, 2. 2 and 6 have come out so much in your reading, so they could very much hold importance to your lives. It says, I love you. These are powerful words. This card talks about saying I love you to yourself and saying I love you to those that matter to you. Of course, if you said it to this person, though, already, it's important for you to come back into saying it for yourself. You're going to bring in some sort of balance as you do. On their side, we have number 49, which is 13, and I got it over the 13 card here, right? It says, actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. It's 13 over 13, right? And every time I see this card, I always think that actions speak louder than words, and I feel like that's the thing. It's like they may have said good words to you, but their actions said differently. And so now for you, it's important for you to pay attention to their actions. It's important for you to pay attention to everybody's actions around you. I feel like you're coming into a place of learning how to discern truly on your journey. We have fruit bat or flying fox, which is talking about kindness, being kind to yourself, compassionate to yourself. You know, maybe you've had some ups and downs, and maybe you've fallen back on your journey, and it's so important for you to stay kind and true to yourself. It's okay to take steps backwards. Excuse me, guys. It's okay to take steps backwards because we never truly start over from scratch, right? We're always starting from experience. They wanted me to say that, right? And so showing yourself compassion and being wise on your journey too, like very intelligent, cunning. That's the energy that's coming through here. It's like being that. And then this is for you too. So we have number 34, which is 7. 7 is all about luck. The fruit bat is number 3. It's 12. It's a 12 card, but it is number 3. And they're talking about changing your perspective too on your journey. But we have number 34 with Will Tiger here, and this is talking about being able to express your will. You know, we had the Queen of Swords coming out earlier talking about being forthright and bold and courageous, and that's exactly what this card talks about. Especially if you're a woman, don't be afraid to let your roar be heard. You know, like standing up for what you believe in, standing up for yourself. These are very important things. These are things that help your intuition to come through on a much stronger, powerful level. Okay? Breath. We have forest. Yeah, so for you, it's so important for you guys to focus on your breath. Keep breathing. Keep focusing on you and take a moment. You know, it's talked about fight or flight. When those moments come up that are unsure or make you feel insecure or make you feel like things aren't working, you know, it's talking about taking a moment and breathing to 10 so that you're not in the fight or flight mode. Rather, you're coming from a place of centered energy and coming from your heart chakra. Again, we have heart chakra energy with this card coming up. It's so important for you guys to connect with your heart. The swords cards are connected to air signs. Air signs are connected to the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the center of our breath, right? It is the bridge between the upper chakras and the lower chakras. It is the connection between the ether and the physical. So it's very important for you guys to have a centered heart chakra in order for you to manifest in this life what you desire, and also to be able to clearly hear source and your messages so that you can do what is important for you and what is right for you. Okay, Vision Quest, Desert. So this is something that you need to do. You need to write down the questions that you have about them. You need to write down what you want to know about them, what you need to know about them, and go and spend some time with Source and ask these questions, or God, or your higher self, whatever you believe in, okay? There's a higher being that you connect with. There's some sort of creation, the universe, whatever it is. Write down these questions and go spend time out in nature and in prayer and in meditation and see what insights come to you in regards to these questions, and you'll be able to actually let go of a lot of the things that have been holding you back on your journey, okay? So we have fire coming through here. Confidence, optimism, passion, and bravery. Yeah, so you guys need to stand in a place of optimism and being happy and going through and taking action in your life. You know, this is connected to the solar plexus chakra. It's a fire. It's the seat of our soul. It's where our action in our intuitive knowing comes from, taking action on the things that we get insight on. And so not being afraid to get that action and to get that insight and to take action on that, right? To burn bright and to really fly and to really do what's best for you in this. And I feel like there's this energy again of the star and letting yourself shine here coming through with this. You know, you have Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries, so you guys could have that in your chart. You could be that sign. Again, I didn't really go into zodiacs here. I did have a couple that came through. The biggest thing here was air signs. So right now I feel like you are in just stuck in the heart chakra again. That's what it's coming through. So I feel like that is keeping you from taking action on what it is that you need to do. Or you guys are coming into a space and a time right now where you are taking action, but it might not be heart-centered, or you guys are listening to your heart and you're taking action on it, and that's what's keeping you from really folding on this relationship, this connection, okay? It's different for everybody. So we have house 2. You have physical, I can't make this up, guys. This is on their side of the reading. Physical security, possessions, material values, and self-worth. What did I say? Like, they're struggling with the physical world, the material world. They're struggling with the physical, the sexual side of things. And this all connects with that, the second house, which is ruled by Taurus. And Taurus is all about luxury and beauty and enjoying life and having the luxury to enjoy life, right? And so I feel feel like, again, with this symbolism here, they have this broken heart. I don't know if you see this heart here, how it's like half just bones and then the other half is full. And it's like, again, that broken heart coming through. I can't make this stuff up, guys. This is what came out. But right now, that's what they're really struggling with. And I feel like that's just a message to you to understand why they're not able to even come forward to you right now. Is because that's really what they're struggling with right now, is the material world. And you're in the spiritual world, being in the heart center. You're coming up into the ether, right? And that's the air to the ether. And it's like, that's what you're really connecting with right now. But it's still the struggle to come up out of that physical realm into that. And so that's where you're at. And right now they're trying to get out of the root and the sacral chakra. And it's just the low vibrational energy as opposed to your higher vibrational energy. Okay, so let's move on to my oracle cards. Again, guys, these are very straightforward messages. Some of them are very beautiful, but not all of them. They're just very straightforward messages, and they're channeled from source. Okay. As much as your heart hurts, this is the clearing out of generational curses. Didn't I say that? Like, and this is on their side. When I was talking about they're trying to let go of generational situations, and we have source coming in with the clarifying here. That's what they're dealing with, is that generational situation, the generational curses, the generational wounds they're trying to overcome, and they don't want to transform from that right now. It's a struggle for them. Okay, so we have for you, Daisy. The only thing brighter than this flower is your smile, so let's see it. Source is just telling you how beautiful you are. I feel like you guys haven't really smiled a lot, and maybe you haven't laughed a lot, and I feel like that's what this is coming through, saying it's time for you guys to really laugh and love and enjoy life. Okay? Brokenhearted and not moving forward. This is under yours, and I think that they did break your heart. I feel like for you to be continually talking about the heart chakra here, I feel like they did break your heart, and it's like you're in this energy of taking action towards your dreams and not dealing with the broken heart of what actually happened here. And so just right now you're not able to move forward because of your broken heart, because of this connection. And how can you heal that? Well, you can honor your heart was broken and honor how you feel about your heart being broken. Okay? So this is on their side, but I feel like this is a message to you. Every day that you are alive could end up being the one that they study forever. So make sure you pay attention to it. And that's just asking you to be present. It's asking you to be in the here and the now. You know, again, it's like not what could be, what should be, what might have been. None of that matters. What is right now? So how can you come into being present right now? So I got two cards. These are cute cards. These are adorable. But anyways, I got two cards of guidance for you guys. So we have the Two of Wands, okay, with the Seven of Wands. Okay, so there's going to be a conversation here, all right? There's going to be a conversation that comes through here, you guys. There's definitely going to be something that happens, but I feel like it's going to be about the struggle. It's going to be about the struggle, and then what happens is you guys are going to be victorious because of it. There's going to be this overcoming it. You guys are going to realize that what this person did or what they had going on actually had nothing to do with you, even though you felt like it did. It had everything to do with you. It felt like you were the reason that they were acting the way that they were, and something's going to come through, and you guys are going to realize that. And it's like, you could tell me, no, I didn't feel that way. No, I didn't believe that. No, you know, but there's this underlying truth that's coming through saying that you really felt like the reason that this fell apart was something that you didn't do, or something that you didn't say, or something that you could have changed, and it wasn't. It had nothing to do with you, because this person is dealing with a lot of struggle on their own. And so your guidance is just to stay positive here, and that's what they want you guys to do. And they want you to be honest with yourself. They want you guys to talk to yourself. Okay, and that might seem weird, but having conversation with yourself allows you to heal and allows you to overcome and bring in solutions to situations that might not have otherwise had a solution, right? And with this here, there's this energy of, again, taking action towards yourself and being happy with yourself and being free with yourself. And we have a lot of heart chakra energy coming through on both of these cards. There's a lot of green back here, okay? And so it's like just being true and honorable to yourself and not giving up, It's interesting because in both of these cards, there's two humans here and there's two beavers here. And so I feel like you guys don't think that you're, like, to me, there's this energy coming through that you don't believe that this connection affected them in any way. And it did. It's like you guys don't realize how much you really are mirroring each other. You don't realize it. And so it's like just understanding that when you're struggling, chances are that they're struggling. But don't be afraid to stand up for yourself in this. Don't be afraid to do what's right for you. And don't be afraid to build your abundance. Like right now, like I said, I feel like you are taking action towards yourself, but in love, you're not moving forward. And the reason you're not moving forward is just because you haven't honored how this made you feel. And that's okay. It's time for you to really honor how this has made you feel and take that time to do so. Overall, guys, this is a beautiful reading. You guys are learning so much from this connection, this intertwining of souls. And there's a lot going on here, and I hope that this gave you clarity to kind of where your person is at too, like this person on your mind, what it is that they might be experiencing. You know, sometimes for us to overcome hostility and hurt and pain of what a person has done to us, to put on their shoe and to really see their life through their eyes helps us to overcome that. And that is my prayer, that this has done that with this reading. So I am going to leave it there, and you know, I'm just so excited to do these readings for you guys, and I really appreciate you spending this time with me. And if it resonated with you, give the thumbs up down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button too, so you guys never miss a video. And I'm going to get out of here, but I hope you guys have a beautifully blessed afternoon, blessed day, blessed week, wherever you guys are. And I'm sending you guys out so much love. Until we see each other again, bye!